It amuses me that in the more than a year that I've been doing these videos, that sometimes I will produce what I consider to be a novelette, an insight of incredible, earth-changing idea, and nobody even picks it up at all. I talked about how the fourth and the fifth dimensions are reflected in people's service to God and the service and the dealing with themselves. No movement at all. But I'll talk about circumcision, not because I want to talk about circumcision, but because I want to talk about the effect that the Torah has upon a person's character. And that will become my most popular, or most notorious video, downgraded to the lowest level that I have, because the anti-CIRCS hate what I say. Now this is silly. You may not agree with what I say, but just because you don't agree doesn't mean it doesn't deserve a star. Either it's entertaining or informative, or it gives over a point. If I give over a point logically, you should give me some points for that. You may disagree, but that's what this communication system is. A forum for the discussion of ideas freely. Now, one of you asked me to do a video on metzitza b'peh. That means to suck on the baby's member after the circumcision. I don't know much about circumcision because I'm not a circumciser. So the first thing I get is that I'm an old pedophile. Now, where do you get that from? The idea that's discussed. You asked me to explain the concept. I did the best that I could, and all of a sudden I'm a pedophile. Now that shows you the level of intellect that some of these people are coming onto the forum with. You have a prejudicial position, and the minute you see someone that you disagree with, that person becomes a homophobe, a pedophile, and somebody that doesn't understand the rudiments of liberal thinking and science. The truth of the matter is that myself and my colleagues have had quite a bit of exposure to scientific thought and the philosophies of the day. Just because I disagree with it doesn't mean that I didn't study it. I read as much as I needed to it to reject some of the things. But that being said, the first thing regarding metzitza b'peh is bizarre. I explain what it is without ever having circumcised anyone. How do you conclude that I'm a pedophile? The answer is, you're stupid. You want to feel that way, so you call people names. You didn't bother asking, did you ever do this? And even if I did, let me explain something to you. The baby is bleeding from the circumcision. You have an option of using a tube or sucking. The sucking happens to be more effective. Fact of life, the sucking, immediate sucking happens to be more effective. The mohel does not like to do this. The only reason why he does it is because it's therapeutic. It helps the baby. It helps in stopping the bleeding. It helps in stopping infection. That's it. That's the whole thing right there. Now, some of you are right, what about all of the kids that die from herpes? I got news for you. An Orthodox Jew, if he follows Torah, will never get herpes. There's a reason why you get herpes. Because you hang around the wrong kinds of people who get sexually transmitted diseases. An Orthodox person doesn't go there, doesn't do that. Stays with a single partner all of his life, or her life. And those people don't get herpes, and they don't get AIDS, and they don't get sexually transmitted diseases. If you have a mohel that's got herpes, he ain't an Orthodox mohel. And if he claims to be an Orthodox mohel, he wasn't Orthodox all of his life. And he certainly probably is not Orthodox in his secret life, without any question. And I don't believe that it ever happened. They claimed it happened with a mohel by the name of Fisher, and then they took away the charges because there was not enough evidence for it. In fact, I believe that the family itself had herpes, and they blamed it on the mohel. At any rate, whatever the case might be in that particular case, I can tell you, sexually transmitted diseases comes from illicit sex, from sex with multiple partners or people who catch it from someone. If you've never had sex with anyone, you can't, anyone else except your wife, you can't catch a sexually transmitted disease if your wife has never had sex with anyone. And truly Orthodox people are the ones that we choose to be a mohel. A mohel is someone who is respected for his piety. In our circles, we don't just take a mohel because he knows how to speak and entertain the people. A mohel is not a speaker and not an entertainer. A mohel is a man who fears God. And among the ones that I know, there's never been such a case. The reason is very simple. They behave according to the Torah. And when you behave according to the Torah, you don't get STDs.